because obviously some people would think, okay, so because of what you do, that there are people going to be like objectifying you or like just seeing you as some.
And what? I don't give a fuck.
This is not an interview. There is no format. This is simply a conversation about life.
You have a strong following on Instagram. I assume some of them are people that see you. There's like obviously a sensual nature to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and even myself, like I know just from looking at this video, from editing it, it can be very intriguing and all of this different kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Do you have like people like approaching you on Instagram in the
You mean
D
like they like wanted to flirt with me or whatever thing
in the
like this?
DMs? Yeah, yeah.
No,
No.
I never received a dick picture because a lot of my friends they receive every day. It's like a
Okay.
comment. It's a daily machine, you
Okay.
know. But for me, it never happened.
Ah.
And
Okay.
what is very interesting,
Mhm.
like my Instagram, I think it's more the following is more like specialized in movers, dancer, pole dancer, or artist, whatever, musician.
Mhm.
So more in this landscape. My Facebook page, because I have a Facebook page with almost 500,000
Mhm.
followers, and in this one, I um, I have more a following. Oh, David is just passing. I have more following of like random people that they saw because one of my video went viral
Mhm.
that got a lot of like viewers, and I even went to Ellen DeGeneres
Oh wow.
show because of this video.
Wow.
And so it attracts a kind of audience that don't know anything about pole dancing or whatever, and they just saw the video and they start to follow me.
Mhm.
And if I read you like the comments of the from the male like perspective,
Mhm.
it's always very kind. I never had anybody that was like no.
That's awesome.
Like yeah, and actually the most beautiful comments I have and developed are most of the time from men. I have an audience there around the 40s 50s, and they're like super kind, very like elegant way to describe what they see. Yeah, of course they're like they think probably other way,
Mm-hmm.
but the way they express it to me very nicely. I never had such trouble. I know some of my friends they had,
Mm-hmm.
but I never had. I have to say, never had to deal with this thing.
Mm.
The nasty message that I kind of have sometimes would be from women,
Oh,
probably,
okay.
and a few message would be because they think I'm too skinny
Mm.
or, but very rarely.
Mm. Interesting. Okay.
Mm,
Wow.
mm.
Okay. So then, do you think this is general? Because obviously some people would think, okay, so because of what you do, that there are people going to be like objectifying you or like just seeing you as some.
And what? I don't give a fuck. If I can make the night,
Hmm.
go for it, man. Like you don't bother me. I sleep well.
Right, 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 right. Okay,
And you
cool.
know, and you know, like, of course, like it would be like absolutely like weird, I think, to deny or like as a woman, especially, I expose myself. I sometimes post nude of myself,
Mhm,
but I think those pictures are just beautiful,
mhm,
and of course, like I also claim, yeah, I love to be sexy, and I'm a pole dancer. Let's be honest.
mhm,
Like, if you don't want to be like, that's why sometimes it's a bit sometimes interesting for me to not say, hmm. when the girls say, oh no, I'm not, I'm a gymnast, and I understand so totally. But pole dancing, of course, people will relate at some point to, even you do it also because it makes you feel somehow, like somehow sexy, you know. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you have to be detached, but I love to be, for me, sexy and femininity, and it's together. So, and actually, and masculinity also, let's be also clear. I think, yeah, it's, and there is nothing wrong to be, to express your sexiness, you know, and your sensualness. I think it's absolutely beautiful if you do it and you know what you do it, and you assume it completely, and then voila.
Right. So do you think that when you get these, if you get these kind of I guess more negative messages from women, do you have any idea like where you think this comes from? Like, do you think this is
So it's very not often, and so, and very often, you know, like once I remember I received a message. This woman was telling on my video, you should come down from this pole and go and take ballet classes, eat a burger, and stop having those corny faces and sickling feet. And I answered to her, thank you very much for your feedback. And we make sure to go and take ballet classes and to make sure that I don't have corny faces. And I enjoy my meal this morning. Thank you very much. And you know what? She became my biggest fan. We talk, and super nice. She even started pole dancing. I'm like, come on. It's just sometimes a bit of insecurity, you know, like most of the time we say your perception of me is the reflection of yourself.
Yes. All right. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. That's cool though. I'm happy. I'm really happy to hear that, because you know some people give the impression that it would be the complete opposite of this, that women would be super supportive of you, and then that men would totally be objectifying you. And so it's I'm really happy to.
But you know, it happened very often. I was reading again or listening a podcast about I don't remember if it was a model or performer, and she was saying the same. She was saying that actually men are very supportive, and she never felt like, or and it's natural if you expose yourself, of course men gonna be like, oh, you're beautiful or whatever. It's just the way you say. And if they're a bit like, whoa, you just say, look, there is another way to say it, but it's okay, you know. But the attack on the way your body look, or you shouldn't do this, often it can come from the same like category of human, like women, or the opposite for, it's very like, I think it's, and it doesn't mean that women are not, are like hard, because it happens the same with men, don't take me wrong. Yeah, with the like the little competition. And because I think women are fascinating, and they're not, my community is based on women. Especially there is a lot of men, but even my surrounding, it's full of women. And it's amazing people. And you know, so many people say, oh, I cannot be friends with other women. Not true. They are fascinating. I think, wow. But there is, like, you know, there is people like, they need to deal with themselves a little bit more.
Yeah.
However gender you are.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I do think that it's like, once you become more secure with yourself, then it's easy, like, then you don't feel threatened by anyone else, and it doesn't bother you what other people are doing or how other people look.
I think it like, yeah, exactly. But for example, the nasty comments, so far it didn't affect anything, because it doesn't, it's not really mean or whatever, but I think it's important. That's why for me it's important. I always answer, but I take a breath. If something is very not very attacking, I take a breath and I don't answer straight away because it would be my ego. And I start to think, okay, can I educate this person? And I always think, give love, and the only way they can answer is by the shut up or by sharing love back.